This week on Silver Screen, we're taking a look at on-campus mathematicians.
Have a preview of this Sunday's Oscar Awards.
And sit down with Coach Jason Barnes for part 2 of Trey Martin's interview.
Good afternoon, Dutch Fork. Today is Friday, February 24th, and your Silver Screen report starts now.
Last Saturday, the Family and Consumer Sciences Club visited Westcott Pet Resort for their annual pet supplies drop-off. Caleb Hanna has the story.
Dogs barked and cats meowed last Saturday as Facts Club members headed to Westcott Acres Luxury Pet Resort for their annual supply drop-off.
Facts Club is here today, and we are donating to Westcott, which is an animal resort, and they do adoptions. And they also do rescue, and they have a resort here that they can take care of the animals. So we come every year and donate. The club members, they gather up all kinds of supplies.
Just donating animal supplies just to help them run their day-to-day operations.
One of Facts Club's main goals is to give back to the community, either through giving supplies or volunteer work.
We enjoy giving to the community and enjoy having time to come and see the animals, the kitty cats and the dogs and everything. So I hope that everybody enjoys this day.
According to Facts Club members, volunteering is important because it not only plays a huge part in building character, but it also helps out the community at the same time.
I mean, it's super important. We're a fairly small pet shelter, and it's a little different, so we do definitely do like events, and we always need volunteer help for that. It really gets the animals out there, and their likelihood to be adopted increases significantly.
It's important to volunteer in just our community because it's important to give back, and any way you can give back is important. And whether it's animals or people, it's just great to make an impact on our community.
If you're interested in volunteering, adopting, or using one of the many services that Westcott Acres Luxury Pet Resort offers, they can be reached at 803-407-4708 or online at westcottacres.com. Here's a look at one of the few animals up for adoption.
This is Maximum, and he is up for adoption. So if anybody's interested in a very sweet dog, we would love for you to come to Westcott and adopt Maximum. Just as sweet as can be.
This has been Caleb Hanna with your Silver Screen Report.
Have you ever had a hard time in math class? Well, the students in Math Club don't. China Wallace solves the problem.
On February 11th, the Math Club traveled to the College of Charleston where the students competed in individual and group math competitions.
It's called College of Charleston Math Meet, and people come from all over South Carolina and from North Carolina too. And it's basically math meet where people work together in relays or individual events.
We do several competitions each year. We tend to do the USC competition and then one at College of Charleston and one that is given here that's a written test. Most recently we did the College of Charleston competition where the students compete against other schools in South Carolina and North Carolina mainly.
The students in Math Club have multiple reasons as to why they joined the team.
We're able to solve more difficult problems that we wouldn't normally see in math class, and it also exposes you to a different side of math than what's taught in high school.
Well, math for me is something that I enjoy doing. It's actually became a passion after 6th grade, and I just really enjoy the logic and getting the right answers.
Current team members are always looking for new teammates.
People should join if they want a different sort of view of math outside of what's just in school.
It's a great chance just to practice some of the math you've learned in school and challenge yourself to learn some skills that you don't learn in the typical math high school classroom. And the students learn from each other. Some of them are involved in some activities outside of school with math, and so they're able to kind of help each other too.
This has been China Wallace with your Silver Screen Report.
The Oscars are this Sunday. Here's Bailey and Mia with their thoughts on who will take home the top prizes.
This Sunday is the Oscars, and you know what I'm thinking, Mia?
What?
I'm thinking that good old La La Land will win Best Picture, and my predictions are coming from a stance of, it got nominated for 14 Oscars, 14 more than a usual movie does, and also the only movies in history to do that, well, they went on to win Best Picture. So, you know, I'm thinking it's gonna pop off and take this Best Picture home.
That's pretty legendary. What else is legendary is Zootopia, I think, is going to win the Best Animation Picture because it won the Golden Globes and is very well critically acclaimed by many. So
speak about the Golden Globes and critically acclaimed director Damien Chazelle, who took home the award for Best Director, and the DGA award is probably the top pick for Best Director. He directed La La Land, fantastic direction there, and well, he's top tier, probably biggest choice. You know, he's won everything, and I'm pretty sure he's going to go on to take the gold one more time this weekend. What are you thinking?
Well, speaking of La La Land, the Best Original Song, I think, is going to go to City of Stars, which is in La La Land. It has also won the Golden Globes and many other awards as well.
This has been Bailey Hunter
and Mia Perry with your Silver Screen Report.
For this week's Kids in the Hall, we asked students about the best movies they've seen this year.
My favorite movie is A Dog's Purpose because I really like dogs, and the sad, romantic kind of movie is just my type.
It's called Django, and first it got Jamie Foxx in it, and that's my dude, that's my dog. And it talks about slavery, and I think that movie is a really good movie. Everybody should watch it.
The best movie I've seen last year had to be Nerve. It was very suspenseful, and it just, you know, it had you like thinking what's going to happen next, and it was very cool to watch.
I would say it's the movie Requiem for a Dream with Jared Leto, and I think his acting in it is very strong, and he helps really set the role.
The SAT word of the week is ornate, an adjective meaning highly elaborate or excessively decorated.
This week, we highlight Genesis Childress, who represented Dutch Fork Beta Club at their recent statewide convention. Here's Adam Amick with more.
On the weekend of February 10th, the Beta Club went to their statewide convention to represent Dutch Fork.
We went to the state Beta Club convention where all the Beta Clubs in the state come together, get to hang out, see each other, laugh, party. It's really fun.
You have several categories of stuff that you can do. Like me personally, I took the social studies, I was in social studies competition. So what I did was I did a Scantron test. They also had creative writing, which Jalen Jones was a part of, and he had to write like a creative essay. You had people who were a part of Spanish, which was like a written test that they also had to take. You also had on-site art, you had group performances, you had talent performances, you had singing competitions, you had president and vice president campaigns as well. There was a lot of like different activities going on.
Genesis Childress, a dedicated member of the Beta Club, is well received by her fellow members.
Genesis is also my student. I've had her now 2 semesters in both classes. She's extremely ambitious, very bright, very well-rounded. She wants to be a plastic surgeon. She's planning on going to college in California, and I think she will be very successful.
Being smart isn't enough for her. She is the most passionate person I know. She speaks her mind, she speaks the truth, and everyone really is attracted to her because they feel like she's always a guiding light or a leading voice in what she believes in, and they really respect her for that.
Genesis excelled at the state level in the social studies competition, taking home 2nd place for her team.
I was in the social studies category, and I placed runner-up in the state out of all the Beta Clubs that competed in social studies.
Genesis won 2nd in the state for the social studies division, meaning there was about 50 people that competed with her, and she got 2nd, which is amazing.
This has been Adam Amick with your Silver Screen Report.
Today we feature part 2 of our profile of wide receiver coach Jason Barnes. Trey Martin sat down with Coach Barnes to discuss how he came to Dutch Fork.
What was the main difference between playing at Independence and playing at South Carolina?
I remember college just building with my teammates and becoming a family. Because when I first got to South Carolina, we was terrible. My first year there, we didn't even make it to a bowl game. And it was just very different for me coming from Independence, just being used to winning.
After your 4 years at Carolina, where'd you go after that?
I played for the Chargers for 1 year. I tore my Achilles and got released from them in the off season, and then I rehabbed that. And then I went to Canada for a little bit, and I didn't really like it out there. So my agent, he told me I had to stay in Canada for a little bit before I could get back to an NFL roster, and that didn't work out. So then I just came back home called up Coach Knotts, and he told me he needed a receiver coach, so it kind of just worked out perfect.
What do you enjoy most about coaching here at Dutch Fork?
Man, just being with the kids. I always been a guy to teach. Even when I was on the field, even when I was a senior in high school, a senior in college, a junior in college, I always took on the young guys under my wing and kind of taught them the way, taught them the playbooks and things like that. So I kind of just do the same thing out here. I'm not much older than the guys, so they kind of look at me more as a big brother. So I just kind of take them under my wing and kind of try to teach them everything. And I'm really excited about next year because my next year receivers, they're gonna be the first receiving corps that I have been with for 4 years. So I'm looking forward to them being they know me probably the best out of any receivers that have came through here. They have been with me the longest, so I expect them to be the best receiver corps that we've had since I've been here. So I look forward to next year.
And now for some announcements. The theater department presents Beauty and the Beast, opening tonight at 7. Tickets are $7 for students and $10 for adults. Performances are also tomorrow at 2 and 7, and Sunday at 2. ACT testing will take place Tuesday during 5B and 6B. Check the rosters outside of the school counseling office to find out where you'll be testing. If your 5B or 6B class is on the main 200 hall, your class will be displaced. Check the hall outside the counseling office to see where your class will be moved. Now for Todd for more.
Thanks, Maddie. Today is the last day to vote for the Young Adult Book Award winners. You must have read 3 books from the list to vote. See Mrs. Newman in the Media Center for more information. The literary magazine still needs your submissions. Send your original art, photography, poetry, short stories, scripts, nonfiction pieces, or song lyrics to dflitmag@gmail.com. Come see Mrs. Medlock Green in room 252 for more information. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.